Hello everyone, we are heartened to have the Hip and Happening group as our series partner for the Giving Conversations. Using promo code GCSGN, proceeds from the first 100 nights booked at the Rucksack Caratel Malacca from now till 31st January 2018 will be channeled to SG Narratives to help us fund the work we do to keep the wonderful and thought-provoking conversations going. In the spirit of giving back, SG Narratives will be donating a portion of the proceeds to all the 5 organizations involved in the Giving Conversations series. Further information can be found in the description. On to our show.
This one also I did, the vinegar face.
Nice.
But it worn off already a bit.
Okay.
So
you use a thinner
thinner needle, and then I very lightly I do, so that in case I do wrongly, can cover up.
Right.
Okay, anyone ready? Okay, here we go. Last session.
Okay. What was your childhood like growing up, and how has this affected the work that you do now as an adult?
I was during my very young age, I was a more family orientated person.
Okay.
Family and myself.
Right.
Then once I reached secondary school, then I became a wild.
Okay.
I was everything else other than family.
Okay.
So I was totally away from my family during that early secondary school age.
Okay.
That was when I explored all the underground criminal activities in Singapore. Then I went through the what is it called? Law and order,
The legal system.
legal system.
Yeah.
And through that, then I'm here now.
Okay. But how has that affected what you're doing right now?
It is because of that experience that I had with the legal system that I felt something was missing, and that I feel that not everyone can notice this thing that I noticed that was missing. That I think I wanted to fill that gap lah.
Something was missing in the legal
In
system.
the legal system, yeah.
The helping
part, yeah.
Right.
It's not really effective lah. So I feel that I can do something. I have something that I might really make it more effective.
Okay.
How do you explain the work that you do at Mitra to someone you're meeting for the very first time?
Okay. So Mitra is where we go to, it's part of Hindu Center. It's a program under Hindu Center where we go to the prisons or incarcerated peoples to discuss religion, but Hinduism specifically, and at the same time provide them support. So Mitra actually means friend. So we go in and be friends to them, but also talking about Hinduism and helping them through the difficult times that they're facing. Yeah, I guess that would be how I explain it. Yeah.
Okay.
What was especially difficult for you the first time you spoke to the boys at the Reformative Training Center?
Difficult. I think it was very difficult for me to maintain that counselor position. Because I can relate so well with them. Then when I stand up in front of a few guys to talk about something, I tend to talk in a position similar to them, like I'm with them rather than I'm
Okay. So to separate yourself from them was tough.
Was tough, yeah.
Okay.
Because the conversation was very effortless. The similarities were a bit difficult, making it difficult for me to.
As in there are too many similarities.
Too many similarities, yeah.
But what do you see then is the difference of being a counselor?
The only difference I see is that I'm like, when I look at them, they are like how I was in my past. So the difference between my past and now is the ignorance I know more than what I used to.
Okay.
So I think when I look at them, that's the only thing I see is different. I know something that they don't, that I wish to share with them. How has your job as a social worker affected the way you approach this work with Mitra?
Well, I think it was actually a very good balance. It kind of weaved in quite nicely because a lot of the things that I learn and do as a social worker, I could bring into Mitra, which was good for me because, and also good for Mitra in terms of work as a social worker. It actually, in its own way, kind of gave me back a bit of my passion because I'm about 4 years into being a social worker, and I think it's around this time when we start feeling a bit burnt out, a bit tired of what we're doing, and thinking about, am I actually doing what I wanted to do? Working with inmates has always been like my passion, which is also partially why I decided to go into Mitra, because I can work with that group which I don't do regularly in the family service center. So it gave me back that life of why I'm doing what I'm doing, and at the same time, it was with no extra burden, and I was also learning something. So it wasn't me having to provide; I was getting something back from them. Why is this work important for you?
Why is this work important? Since my awakening, I have been doing this within my own circle, like with my friends.
You want to tell me what family. Awakening means?
Awakening means okay. In the past, when I was younger, I myself got into a lot of trouble with the law and mixing around with the negative influence, getting myself into trouble basically. So I was on probation, then I went into boys home progressively, and it was in boys home that I got the awakening. I realized that what I was actually doing and where I could end up if I continue this path. So from then I decided to do things a little differently, with conscious effort and somehow this is where I end up doing what I was receiving, because when I was in boys home, I also got introduced to Mitra, so I was in the receiving end of the Mitra program. Then now I'm in the providing side, so it's different.
So it's important to you because you're giving back something that you received.
Yeah. And the thing is, I believe very strongly that out of 10 people who I'm giving to, it would be very pleasant and pleasing if one or two of them out of the 10 grows to also give back instead of receiving. Because I was once receiving, now I'm giving. So I think it's a cycle that I'm contributing to.
You're right. It's a cycle because what happens is that even though you reach out to 2 out of 10, then those 2 will reach out to another 2, or another 2, another 2. So I mean, you end up reaching so many more people.
What would you say to someone who is thinking of volunteering at Mitra for the first time?
It is a commitment. It's something that I believe you do if you really have that ability and time, and you're going to take seriously, because like being a friend, you want to be present. You want to be there for people. You don't say that I want to do it. You go for the training, then after you go for 2 sessions, and then you leave. Because you're building a relationship with people, and if you it's easy for you not to come back, but these are guys who are going to be there, and they have to be there. So when they expect you that next week and you don't come, that impact is actually much stronger than we think that it is. Yeah. So if somebody would want to join Mitra counseling, I would say like think about whether you are ready firstly, and if it's a commitment that you're willing to make to another person. Yeah.
At least for as long as that person is inside there.
Yeah. Do you have an answer for that? Like,
I think that will add on to, like, personally, it adds on to my identity. That means tomorrow I can change my job, I can change my hobbies, but this is like part of my,
it's become who you are.
when you ask me until when will I be doing this, it's a question I cannot answer really. So it's a good experience overall. So but you have to be committed, like
I think in that sense also it has made an impact in my life. It has changed me in a way I didn't expect for it to change me, because I was exposed to my religion firstly that I didn't have much of before, and it gave me that space to just relax. And once a week was the only time that I pray, and although I'm supposed to be praying it regularly, but I use that opportunity to really be in a space, and while I am then supporting other people, they are also really helping me change. So in this like 1 year or so that I've been doing this, I've come to a lot of self-realizations about myself.
More than everything, we learn more about ourselves actually.
True.
What do you think about your overall experience shooting with SG Narratives?
I think it's an eye-opener because I've known him for some time, and I didn't I have not known him as much as I do after this so I have plans already.
Okay. What do you like about the questions asked today?
I think they were quite reflective. So I mean, there are things that I have not thought about, I guess, in a while. So even just going back to what made me join, or where that turning point was, it then makes me remember that moment again, and then brings me back to why I'm doing what I'm doing right now, how I ended up where I am at this space so I like that. I like the fact that it goes back a little bit and then goes forward a little bit, and as well, it also gives me that idea of when people listen to this, then they would have quite a good idea of where I am.
I hope you've enjoyed the conversation today. Thank you once again to our series partner, the Hip and Happening Group, for believing in the work that we do. Do remember to follow us on Facebook to be instantly notified when our new video is up. In the meantime, be your own willing, stand by your stories, and we will be with you too.